All right, let's just get right into it. If you're ambitious, but you feel like you're doing absolutely nothing with your life, then this is for you. Because right now, there are two versions of you. There's the one that becomes dangerous, disciplined, and respected. And then there's the other one, the one that just keeps saying, soon.
Does this sound familiar? You've got this grand vision of what you could be. You can literally see yourself at the finish line, totally successful, totally free. You dream about a better life every single night. But when the alarm goes off and it's actually time to do the work, you just freeze.
You have to understand, every single day you put it off, one of these versions of you gets stronger while the other one just fades away. It's this quiet battle being fought inside your own head. And the scariest part? You're the one choosing the winner with every little decision you make. Look, here's the brutal truth. You love the idea of success. You play the fantasy over and over, the money, the freedom, the respect. But when it's time for the boring, repetitive, unglamorous work, you're gone. And that gap, that space right between your incredible vision and your zero daily action, that is the breeding ground for self-hate. So how in the world did we get here? Well, it all starts with a story. A lie, really. Let's break down the lie you've been telling yourself, the comfortable little fantasy that's got you chained to doing nothing.
Now, this is so important. I need you to really hear this. You're not actually scared of failure. What you're terrified of is finding out what would happen if you gave it your all, if you actually tried, because then there are no more excuses. See, potential feels good, it's safe, but reality? Man, reality demands sacrifice, and that's the real thing you've been running from.
For years, you've probably just called yourself lazy. We gotta stop right there. Lazy is a lazy diagnosis for a much deeper problem. You're not lazy, you are under attack. Your entire brain, your reward system, has been hijacked and rewired by design. And understanding that difference, well, that changes everything.
Just think about it for a second. There are billion-dollar companies whose entire job is to steal your focus. That phone in your pocket knows exactly what to show you to keep you passive. Cheap, easy dopamine has completely replaced the earned satisfaction of real achievement. So of course hard work feels boring. Of course silence feels uncomfortable. If you think you're lazy, you just beat yourself up. But if you realize you've been conditioned, well, then you can start to fight back. To make this all feel a bit more real, let me tell you a quick story. It's a parable that just perfectly explains this internal fight. It's about these two stones that you, and you don't even know it, are carrying with you every single day. So, in a village at the bottom of this huge mountain, there lived a young guy named Kale. He had all the best gear, the sharpest mind, the biggest dreams. He'd tell everybody, one day, you're gonna see me on that summit. The thing is, he was a master of planning, but a total slave to his couch. One night, this legendary explorer, a guy who had actually climbed the mountain, comes up to him and gives him two heavy stones. And he says to Kale, these are your choices. The white stone? That was the weight of discipline. It's heavy today, it's painful to even lift, but the explorer said it gets lighter as you climb, and eventually it turns into wings. Then there was the dark stone, the weight of regret. It felt smooth and light in his hand right now, but every single time you say, tomorrow, it gets a little heavier, until one day it becomes a boulder that pins you to the ground, forever. And you know, Kale chose comfort. He put that light, dark stone in his pocket. Days turned into months. Every morning he'd say tomorrow, and that stone just grew. And eventually the dark stone of regret got so massive, it literally anchored him to the floor. His dreams weren't just distant anymore, they were impossible. Kale's story is basically a mirror, right? It's reflecting a reality that so many of us are living. But you don't have to be anchored down by that stone of regret. There is a way out of this. There is a path up the mountain. There are 5 levels of ascent to break free from this cycle. Let's walk through them, one by one. So these are the stages. They take you from where you are right now to the person you know you could become. And the tragedy is, most people never even get past level 1. Okay, level 1 is stagnation. This is where you are now. You're consuming motivational content, you're talking a big game, you're planning constantly, but you never actually start anything. You feel busy, but you're building nothing. And listen, the key takeaway here is that your first win isn't $1,000. It's control. Control over your own time. Level 2 is the awakening. And this starts the exact moment you stop lying to yourself. The moment you finally get that no one is coming to save you. So ask yourself this one brutally honest question. The answer? Well, the answer usually wakes people up pretty fast. Level 3,
discipline ignition. This is where most people fall off because their ego wants this huge Hollywood movie montage transformation. But real change, it starts with embarrassingly small, repetitive, boring actions. Wake up on time, read 10 pages, work for one single focused hour. Your ego hates small starts, but reality is built on them.
And all that boring repetition leads to level 4, momentum. This is where it gets fun. This is where discipline stops being something you do and starts being who you are. Your identity changes, and suddenly results start to show up. Your energy is higher, your confidence is sharper. Let me tell you, just one monetizable skill built right here in this phase can change your entire family's future. Your future income depends on your current identity, not on your wishes.
And that brings us to the final level, level 5, freedom. And no, this is not about sports cars and mansions. It's way simpler and honestly way more powerful than that. It's waking up without that feeling of dread in your stomach. It's having options. But more than anything, it's knowing, deep in your bones, that you can trust yourself to do what you say you're going to do.
And so here we are. It's the end, but it's also the beginning. This is it. This is your final wake-up call. The choice you have to make isn't tomorrow, it's not in an hour, it's right now, in this moment.
You probably think waiting costs you nothing. You are so wrong. Waiting costs you confidence. It costs you momentum. It costs you opportunities that you'll never even know you missed. It costs you the respect you have for yourself. And the worst part? You can get used to it. You can actually adapt to underachieving.
So I'm going to ask you one last time, and be totally honest with yourself. 1 year from now, which story is true? Is it the one where absolutely nothing changed? Where you're living with the exact same frustrations, just on a newer calendar? Or is it the one where you finally started? And because you started, everything got better.
That version of you that becomes dangerous, the one you dream about. He can't be built tomorrow. He can only be built today. This screen is about to go black. Reality is going to come rushing back in. Your future self is on his knees begging you to pick up the white stone. So what's it going to be? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start ugly, start scared, but for the love of everything you could become, start now.